Hi, I'm Jack Durish. Welcome to my blog. You know, it really is true. So, what are you going to do about it? Vote? Fat lot of good that does. Who are you going to bless with your ballot? Dumb or dumber, frick or frack, evil or less evil? Hell of a choice, isn't it? You know, if that's the way you feel, the problem is you've been voting in the wrong election. You see, the rotten choices that you've been seeing in November in the general election, they were decided months ago in the primaries. Now, don't tell me you've been voting in the primaries. Maybe you have. If you have, you're really unusual because very few actually do. And even fewer get involved. Donate money. Put in some time and effort to try and get good candidates into the general elections. That's why we get what we get. Most people withhold all their support, all their money, until they see who the real candidates are going to be. And that is especially true of the special interests, the PACs. You see, your couple of dollars can have a lot more effect in the primaries because the big money guys, they're waiting to see who comes out of that process. So that's the time to get involved. How do I know? Well, let me tell you. I've been helping a candidate this election cycle who's trying to break in. He's the David fighting the GOP Goliath. He's running for representative to Congress in my congressional district here in California. And you know, he's trying to replace a man who's been sitting there for a long time, who's retiring. You know, that's the only way we get rid of incumbents these days. They either retire or they die. Even if they're criminals, they can get reelected. Look at Charlie Rangel, for crying out loud. Now, my candidate is up against two party regulars. These are people they feel it's their turn. They've been waiting in line for a long time now, serving in local positions. One is county executive and the other is a state senator. And what qualifies them? Well, in the eyes of the GOP, they're qualified because they've proven their loyalty. They've been hanging around, following instructions, being good little puppets, voting the way they're told to vote. Now here's the problem as the party sees it. My candidate, the one that they don't know, who has a mind of his own, he might go to Washington, and when the party leadership there says vote, when they pull the string, he might go his own way. He might vote in the interest of the people as he sees them. They're also afraid that if he splits the vote in the primary, then a Democrat will make it onto the ballot. You see, in this particular place, the two people who will get on the ballot in November will be the top vote getters. If it's two Republicans, that's who the people will get to choose from. It's a Republican, a Democrat, a Republican and an independent, a Libertarian, a Democrat, that's who they get to choose from. And of course, most of them will just go, what's the choice? And they'll stay away again. So that's what they're really afraid of. They don't want you and I participating in this process. What we're supposed to do is bless whoever they decide should have the office. So there you have it. That's how the process works. I bet some of that might be new to you, huh? Actually, I probably knew a lot of it already, but like you, I've spent a lot of years ignoring the process, and some of it did surprise me. So now we have a choice. We can continue to ignore it, or we can do something about it. I've made my choice. What will be your choice? I hope you get involved.